Welcome to the Own Your Best Life podcast. I'm May Emson, your host, leadership and mindset coach. Here, we talk all things spiritual, mindset, business, leadership, and wellness for the modern seeker who wants to align their life with purpose and inspiration. We'll cover career changes, stress management, meditation, energy, intuition, and more. Each episode holds spiritual and practical tools to help you live a life of your wildest dreams without getting burnt out along the way. Ready to live a life on your own terms? This is the Own Your Best Life podcast. Welcome, friends, to episode number 198 of the Own Your Best Life podcast. One of the most common questions that I get is, how do I know if this is it and I should just settle? And it comes from noticing that you're not happy, you're not fulfilled, but thinking that you really should be grateful for what you have in life. And today's podcast will help you see that this life isn't just it and why. Whether it's your kids or a home you live in, you know you have a lot to be grateful for. So you almost feel guilty, not just being happy, and you feel like you shouldn't try to do more. And at the same time, you sometimes feel like you're just giving up if you do that. And you wonder, why are you not living a life that feels more expansive? So if you are someone who has a pretty strong work ethic and you're an achiever, there is going to be a paradox. You've built some things in your life that you've worked really hard for, and when you've had almost nothing to lose. So now it is also really natural to worry that making any moves might risk everything that you've worked hard for if you actually make a change. Yet, the more open-minded mentality that helped you change careers the first time or pivot the second time isn't the only thing that you're trying to bring back. It's also this feeling that you're building something and not just creating something from scratch, but you want to feel like you're building something from what you've already created. You don't want to feel like you're starting everything all over again. So my question is this: what if you didn't have to start everything all over again? What if you just had to be willing to feel like you're starting over again? So imagine this scenario of making money, having a business. You don't have to have $0 in a checking or savings account in order for you to feel broke, to feel hungry to make money and to earn a living and want some sense of resourcefulness, of progress. I want to bring this example up because, for example, like companies that need to innovate and change direction, even quite large ones, also need to take into account that they have got bills to pay, they have shareholders that expect earnings, and there is always this need to be responsible and to change things up and to start to do things in a different way. So similar to your life, you have to be able to handle your current responsibilities, your job, your mental, physical, spiritual health, while also deciding what's next. Also deciding how to make moves that feel life-giving. And it's not just a problem or situation that is unique to you. This is very common at this stage of life. The same situation that you're facing is the same situation that everyone who is making any kind of change is also facing. There is always some level of decision making about what to change, how to change it intelligently, what risks to take and what not to take. And when you're an overworked achiever, you will find that it is your finances, it is your time, it is your energy that feels like it's holding you back. You think that someone else has better finances, they have more time, they have more energy, and that is the reason why they're able to do the things that you want to do but you haven't done. And whether it's changing careers, whether it's going back to school, whether it's making more progress in your life and making the shifts that you know you need to make, there will always be a reason why someone else did it and not you. There will always be someone with more or less of all of these things making it. And yet the only reason you need to worry about is your own. And that is the really good news. You don't need to have that analysis paralysis of 1,000 different things. You need to focus on what is actually real for you in your life. So how do you work through, how do you overcome all of these things that you feel are holding you back? My recommendation, and the thing that I work with my clients on, is utilizing spiritual high performance strategies like daily spiritual practices, like flow activation rituals that helps them create a structure that clears their mind for their best thinking. It gives them a north compass to work more effectively, to live, to not doubt every single thing that they're doing, and not to feel like everything is so heavy, and they can then save time. When your mind feels clear, when your resolve feels steady, you're like a hot knife cutting through butter. Procrastination seems to dissolve. Your life seems easier. You're not this perfect being. You will never be in this human existence, but you feel that your problems aren't so heavy anymore. You feel that your decision making has this speed to it and it feels more accurate. You notice how you used to do things versus how you do things today, and it is a marked difference. And these flow activation rituals help you move into this high performance mode of working that feels less difficult and more creative. Stress no longer becomes the driving force of doing the work, nor is guilt the fuel of choice. You start to enjoy the process more. You start to get more done at the same time, and you get more time back in your day because you're working more effectively, and you end up having a better problem, which is deciding, what do I want to do with this extra time that I now have at my disposal? You can decide that this is it, the current life you have. Just add 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years to the pipeline and just do repeat of the same thing every day. Or you can decide that you can have a more expansive life, something that feels that there is a bit more of the unexpected that is waiting for you, that there are things you can try that are simple and quick and deep and rich, and you'll see returns. And the question is, which life would you want? Even if things are good, you are and we are all operating at a fraction of our potential. So this path of having a more expansive life means that you're going to start to stand out and lead. If you decide to go that route, you will stop hiding, you will stop overworking, you will go from overworked achiever to spiritual achiever, and you'll have more time, more emotional and financial freedom. So if you want to start down that path where you get help on the matters that matters most, where you start to feel that you are fully aligned and have a life that you really love to live, you're going to want to watch the free training that is in the show notes. And you'll also want to join me inside Spiritual Achiever Coaching Program. You can go to mayemson.com/spiritual achiever and join there. It is risk-free. You can try out the first month. And if you don't see the changes you're looking for, email us and you will get your money back. You will get clarity on what you want next and then figure out how to go and do it now. Again, if you haven't watched it already, that free training is gold. It will help you clarify the ideas of how you're working now versus how you could be working, and the simple protocols that will take you from where you are today to this more expansive way of living. So you can go again to the show notes to get access now. I hope you guys have an amazing week. I cannot wait to talk to you next time. Thanks so much for joining us this week on Own Your Best Life. Make sure to subscribe to the show on iTunes or wherever you listen to podcasts so that you'll never miss a show. And while you're at it, can you please rate and review on iTunes? I would so appreciate it. Share it with a friend. Take a screenshot of it and tag @MayEmson. This helps continue to get the word out. For more show notes and resources, check out www.mayemson.com. It'll have all the links to everything you heard here today. Thanks so much for listening. It's time to own your best life.